Hello and welcome to Talk Good Games. Just finished Sheffield United 1, West Ham United 0 over at Bramall Lane. Quite a few things to talk about. Not many things, but big things, big important things to talk about. So we're going to go through them. I think Gonzo's just frozen me already, so he'll be back in a second. I'm going to fly through the first half really. At half time, I was pretty happy. I thought, something, we're not excellent, we haven't created any chances, but we've looked strong, we've looked solid, defensively sound. We've restricted them to one chance, which came from a corner. I think it was Egan that headed over. We had our chance with Felipe Anderson. Anderson had his chance but missed it. But at half time I thought, fine, that's good. Obviously Fabianski went off injured, which was the big talking point for West Ham fans at half time. We've seen that injury happen, but we'll get on to that sort of at the end when we overlook everything, because the Felipe Anderson thing epitomises what West Ham's about really. For the last 2 weeks we've been told we're after a goalkeeper in the transfer window's here, we're after a goalkeeper, we're after someone that's injured, and not only is he injured, he's got the same injury as the two we've currently got. Fabianski going off was just an absolute massive blow from us from start to finish really. Hopefully Gonzo will be joining us in a second there. Can you hear us all right?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, right. What were you thinking at half-time, Gonzo? I've gave my half-time thoughts. I want to skip through the first half hour for most of the game so far and get to the talking points. But at half-time, what were you thinking?
Half-time, I was thinking, I'm thinking I'm going to put my headphones in place. Hopefully that's better now.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Half-time wasn't too disappointing, to be honest with you. I thought we were competing, I thought we were pressing. I also thought Sheffield United were pretty damn poor. I thought they lacked technical ability. I thought we'd caught them at a good time. I thought we'd quietened the crowd. But I also thought Haller was completely isolated up front. And I thought we had quite a few players, even though I thought we did well to compete and be in that position. I thought there were a lot of players that we had that were under par at that point, Geo. We were particularly a couple who were having absolute mares. But then we had a couple in Felipe Anderson, I thought, in Balbuena as well, who looked completely commanding.
Fleck went close just after the restart. He had a double shot kind of thing. It was blocked by Balbuena well, which wrong-footed Martin. Then his rebound went just wide. And then just after that, it was 1-0. It was 1-0 Sheffield United. Ollie McBurney with the goal. A different goalkeeper, Gonzo, but another fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard, because it's, you don't want to go in too hard on him because it has been a nice story, but I think it was an absolute howler of a mistake, and we seem cursed by it. Now, I will let other people decide in this video, certainly, whether it's a curse or whether it's just bad selection of goalkeepers. But that was a massive error, and the decisive one. I was going to say the one that decided the game. There was another decision that decided the game, of course, but after that, I mean, it sucked all the wind out of our sails and certainly gave them momentum. The commentator was talking as if Balbuena was wrong-footed. Maybe he was a little bit static, don't get me wrong, but it still wasn't a good pass. It was still a judgment of error. It still wasn't weighted. The pass wasn't weighted correctly. And if all those things are happening, then why is he making the pass in the first place? Also, if you remember, the very start of the second half, pretty much the first thing we did was Bono got the ball and hoofed it straight up to Haller, who didn't win the ball. The ball came back. Next thing we did was hoof it back up there. Almost the initial first three things we did in that second half were hoof the ball up the pitch. We'd gone much longer in the second half, I thought, Geo, and so it was almost a weird thing to see that, but very, very disappointing. What did you think?
I think for their goal, I think Balbuena does the right thing at the start. They're all up at the halfway line. Balbuena turns around, you can see 30 yards of space between the players in the box, so he starts running back. Says, I'm coming. Balbuena's plan is quite obvious. I think it's quite obvious to me anyway. Balbuena's plan is to run to the edge of the 18-yarder and get it, maybe even run into the 18-yarder and get it so a striker can't come in and get it with him. He gets it to turn and play it. Martin, as soon as he sees where Balbuena is, Martin goes past to him where he sees Balbuena, assuming Balbuena's a way to stop. But Balbuena doesn't stop. Balbuena keeps running. By the time Balbuena sees where Martin's past it, he's trying to brake almost. I don't think he's static. I think he's trying to stop. I think he's gone from full speed to immediate halt. By the time he gets stopped to grinds to halt, Fleck's got the ball. Then I think Balbuena I think he actually does the right thing almost. He tries to put Fleck off, tries to touch him enough, but not too much that he gets sent off from the pitch. And then, this could be harsh, but I think Martin should almost be saving the shot, to be honest with you. McBurney's shot was an awful shot. It was right underneath him, hit him in the ribs. It was unlucky. He makes up for it a little bit. Martin, he makes a really good save afterwards from Musit. Musit's through on goal. Martin does well. He makes the save, but it's just a shocking... I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a sloppy pass, if it's miscommunication between the goalkeeper and the defender. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. But it's the first time we've seen an error from him. So you sort of not let him off, because if this was Roberto, we'd be absolutely howling into him, because it would be about the 8th error we've seen from Roberto. But it's not good enough for Martin. But I seen, before we went live, I seen at the end of the game there, I seen him going up to the away fans with his hands up saying sorry and stuff. And that's the difference. Martin knows he's messed up. Martin will feel he's messed up. He will feel he's let people down tonight. And that's the big difference. And that's why you do give him a bit of sympathy, because how often do we say we just want players that give 100%? We just want players that care. And if they do those things, they get a bit of a pass. If they're not good enough, they're not good enough. And that's what happened tonight with Martin. He does care. He does give 100%. He just made a mistake, and you accept that to an extent because of the attitude. In the 68th minute, we got a substitution. It was the second sub because of the goalkeeper running in the first half, but finally we got a substitution. Robert Snodgrass for Arthur Masuaku. I mean, maybe not the substitution anyone wanted to see, and maybe not a substitution that made sense, but we got a sub. And then Sebastian Allier had the ball in the back of the net, which was rightfully and correctly ruled out for offside, but a fantastic delivery from Robert Snodgrass, his first touch, and then Martin made that save from Musit. Lanzini had a free kick, 75th minute, free kick, nice free kick, but a really good save from Dean Henderson. West Ham's first shot on target, 75th minute, and then Lanzini has a really good chance. Egan slips, he's in, Lanzini's in, Gonzo. But again, a good save from Henderson, but he should be doing better.
Yeah, okay, good save on target, but a confident Lanzini, the old Lanzini. I don't mean that to say I think he's finished, I really don't, but a confident Lanzini does something magical then. Now, he either chooses to square it to one of the guys waiting for the ball, or he finishes high and in the top of the net, or he slips it unexpectedly under him. Not. It felt like he just smashed it at the goalkeeper rather than caress the ball or use any craft to do anything. It was a real shame. It was a real shame, that. But also, I mean, what I did find strange about that, you're going to go to talk about it now. By which point, you're right about the shots. The shots tally was really building up. I didn't think there was an awful lot between the teams in the first half, of course. And Anderson had a really good chance in the first half, which we haven't discussed yet. Which I'll talk about it now, so I just mentioned it. I thought he scuffed it a bit and went for the wrong corner. But it wasn't a lot between the teams. But by this point that you're talking about, where Lanzini's missed, hasn't scored with that opportunity, they're starting to stretch away from us, not only because they're winning the game, but their tails are up, they're more confident. We've gone into our shell. You're right about waiting a long time for the substitution, because I felt that we started off with tactics to go up there and get a draw, to get a 0-0 draw. We were still playing those tactics after we conceded, and still playing those tactics for a long, long time. So anyway, so Lanzini's done that. Yes, I didn't think it was full confident Lanzini, but bearing in mind he'd made a good free kick. He'd almost scored there. I know it was a mistake, but he got into the box as well. I thought, okay, maybe he's going to do something. You alluded to the fact that Robert Snodgrass had played that free kick in, Haller had the ball in the net. Well, actually, that free kick was going to play out on another 2 occasions. It happened 3 times. Another one, Haller missed a header. Another one, it didn't quite work out as well. But clearly, there was a tactic there. So you think, oh, okay, something might happen with Haller here. And I did think that throughout the game, Anderson was our main threat against them. So I'm thinking, okay, now Lanzini's coming to it. We've got sort of three-pronged there. And then and I wanted Fornals to come on. I wanted him to come on a lot earlier than he did. Well, we should have started. We discussed it. And then when he did come on, he took off Lanzini, who had just started to get into the game following a really slow start. You're thinking, nah, mate, what you doing? Because there was someone else screaming to be taken off long before that.
Yeah, there was someone else. I think we'll get on to that in a second. I know who you're talking about because I'm thinking of the same person. I think everyone watching this is thinking of the same person as well. Lanzini wasn't good enough for me tonight. I don't think he was bad. I don't think he was good. I thought he was below sort of average for what Lanzini's been recently, which is not good enough though. That chance, I feel a bit sorry for him though, because Sebastian Haller stood still. Lanzini comes into the box and Sebastian Haller did not offer an angle or anything. That was Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy's moving. And Jamie Vardy's in a bit of space and says, here, you can give me the ball, I will put it in the back of the net for you. He didn't get that from his striker. Sebastian Haller, I don't think, got enough service in the first half. The service he got was crap. The balls were coming in low, the balls were coming in hard, and they were getting dealt with easily. But this is where you've got to help yourself out a little bit. There was an opportunity there for him to get good service, but he didn't move. He just stood and watched Lanzini, and I just thought, at least open it up a bit, give Lanzini an option. I felt Lanzini was forced to shoot by Sebastian Haller. He couldn't cross it, he couldn't pass. Not a good enough shot though, but that's just an attacking midfielder who's low in confidence. That's what you're going to get a little bit. A bit like Anderson's shot in the first half. An attacking midfielder, low in confidence. But after Pablo Fornals finally came on, right in the last minute, we thought we had it. We thought we got the point. Declan Rice goes barging through, I think it was Besic maybe. He just charges through Besic, wins the ball, gets it down, goes up to their centre backs, draws them in, plays Snodgrass in, keeps his composure. Something Lanzini and Anderson just failed to demonstrate when they got their chance. Snodgrass gets his chance. He shows what they were missing. He shows composure. He shows a bit of confidence on his weak foot as well. Tucks it into that first corner. Scenes, limbs, everyone's happy, static, we've got the point, that's what we came for. Moyes is happy, he thinks his tactical plan has worked in the last minute. But, here we go, the VAR pops up. Rewind from the goal, rewind about a minute or something, and there's the handball. The Sheffield United player heads it onto Rice's hand, falls down, and away they go, he scores and stuff. I mean, what do you make of this?
It was clearly he headed the ball against his hand. I am not one, Geo, we've been doing this a long time where it feels like it anyway. I had dark hair when we started doing these videos, now I'm a grey old bastard. We've been doing this a long time. I don't come on here and whinge about referees. I don't whinge about this stuff. I don't like talking about it. Quite frankly, it bores me. I don't talk about it. I don't really get annoyed about it. I am annoyed by that. Now, we did not deserve to win that game. There's a lot wrong with that. You can pinpoint many reasons why we didn't win that game. But bearing in mind, we got that far. And actually, it was a good goal. We deserved the draw. It was a good goal. Rice did really, really well. So then look at it. And to then not see that there's no way for him to move his hand out. The defender was literally there. He headed it from this close. Rice's hand's here, went bang, like that.
Still the rule though, isn't it? Any handball means no goal.
Well, is it really?
That's the rule. That's the rule is any handball in the build up to goal means no goal, regardless of.
But are you any time the ball touches your hand, is that a handball? Because
only when you're scoring. It doesn't apply to defenders for some reason. But when a goal is scored, that's why VAR checks everything. If there's any handball, it's ruled out. The problem here for me isn't VAR. It's the fucking rule. The rule is daft. That is stupid.
Know that I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's happened before. We had it against Southampton. Antonio, remember, it hit Antonio's hand and we got it ruled out for that. Antonio's goal. Bowley Wolves, very first day of the season, ball coming from a corner, someone kicked off his arm and he tapped in, got ruled out. Any goal through hands. So it's not the VAR thing, it's the rule, but the VAR thing is what sucks the emotion out of it a little bit. I mean, that should be a fantastic memory for the people there in the away end tonight. They should be coming away buzzing after a last minute equaliser. Instead, they thought they'd got the last minute equaliser, only for it to be taken away from them. It's just, I hate that the rule is just stupid. It really is just frustrating. I get why they've done it, because when you're going to use VAR, you've got to have black and white. So they've decided to go, let's go black and white. Handball, out, no goal. But you shouldn't be able to do that. You should trust the referee in the VAR room to decide if it's accidental or not. It's just ridiculous rule that. It's not just because we're West Ham fans and we've been robbed tonight. We've said it before, and it's just frustrating because that is a superb assist from Declan Rice. He charges into the guy, shows strength, muscles the guy off, gets it down, runs up to the defence, draws players in, plays a perfect pass for Snodgrass. That assist is beautiful, and it's been taken away from him. It's been taken away from West Ham, all because of this ridiculous rule. Anyway, full time, 1-1. What's your thoughts?
No, not 1-1.
1-0. It's because I wrote run 1 down and I never updated it after the VAR thing.
I've loads of stuff down as well. Don't worry about it. Easily bloody done, mate. What are my thoughts? I was very, very frustrated with that performance. It was you know what you're going to get. That's what we're going to get away from home. That was not Sheffield United at their best. They were poor today. It's just if I took one thing away from it, it's that lack of flexibility. That when it did change, and the goal wasn't down to Moyes' planning. Okay. Regardless of how rubbish it was and how isolated Haller was, we might not like it, but I think Moyes went up there for a draw. His plan was working, and it was an individual error that stopped it working.
Yeah.
Fine. At that point, I don't blame Moyes, right? What I do blame him for, at the moment it's happened, he says, he should go, no, quite, you can't believe it. Right, change. Bang. There we go. Here's my tactical answer. Let's get at them. We have to chase the game. We have to get some goals now, and it just doesn't happen now. What worries me is David Moyes will probably be telling himself, because of Snodgrass's deliveries, because of Rice's ruled out goal, because of Haller's ruled out goal, because of Lanzini's free kick and Lanzini's near miss, he will probably tell himself that we created enough in that game to draw that game or win that game, and it will fool him into thinking actually that was a good thing. Geo, I can tell you now, it might have worked. Those tactics may work, but that's what we're going to see away from home. But I tell you what, those tactics will not work unless we address what's going on in central midfield, and this has been going on for a long, long time now.
Yeah, I'm in two minds on this. At half time, you missed a bit because you got cut out. I was saying at half time I was quite happy. I thought we were defending well. I thought we were keeping them at arm's length. We weren't creating much, but I thought our attack, I thought Anderson and Haller was looking busy in the first half. They weren't getting enough service. They weren't getting enough support. But I thought them two were trying to do something. They were trying to make things happen. I thought, how mental is it? For how long are we gone where actually the back third and middle third's okay, but the front third is the one that's been a bit lacklustre. But now we've switched up. The front third is looking good, but it's the middle one that's looking a bit crap. They're not getting the ball to them enough and stuff. But I thought, okay, it's working. It's a tough place to go. I'll take a point. But as soon as it went 1-0, I thought, right, okay, come on, Moyes. You've already messed up a little bit by keeping the most informed player on the bench, and it's something I just can't understand. We did the build-up thing, and straight away we were saying, why is Fornals not playing? Why is he not playing? And during the first half, I was thinking, if we can get Fornals on at half-time, we can do something. Get the guy on the ball, get him. Because Haller and Anderson, while they were looking busy, they needed the ball. Fornals is the guy to get the ball to them. He is the guy. He's sitting on the bench. So I thought, right, okay. So it went 1-0. Like you said, Moyes' tactics were working until an individual error. Fine. But then this is where the manager needs to react. Now, we don't have much game changers on the bench. We don't have much options on the bench. That makes his decision even easier. The most informed player we have is sitting next to you on the bench, next to the youngsters who've never played for West Ham United. By process of elimination of who to bring on, you come to two players, Fornals and Snodgrass. That's all you're left with. That's all you've got left, because the rest are defenders or kids. That's it. Your options are two. One of them is the best player. But he just kept it 1-0 then. And the worst thing is, I thought they were better than us. From then on, I thought they were better than us. I thought they were outnumbering us in positions. I thought Lanzini got, whether it's tired or lazy, I'm not sure. He got one of the two. I thought Masuaku was getting tired or lazy. Baldock was coming down that right time after time, and Creswell was coming into a left back position essentially. I was thinking, well, at least switch to a back four. Zabaletter's offering nothing going forward, so let's remove him from the equation. Switch to a back four. You've got the people on the pitch to do it. You don't even have to make a sub. get Masuaku up further forward and get Lanzini out to the right or something. Drop Anderson in, sorted. Go 4-2-3-1 or something. But no, we just kept playing the same thing that hadn't been working. 55 minutes, we're 1-0 down. Sheffield United are the better team. We've still had 0 shots on target. But you know what? It's alright because it's somehow just magically going to work. Well, it didn't magically work. And the worst thing is, I don't even think we were playing that bad. I think the players on the pitch were doing okay, but this is where it comes down to tactics, because you need your manager to change something to help the players on the pitch out. And there was one guy, funny enough, neither of us have mentioned his name yet, but there was one guy who was stinking tonight. He was really bad, the worst player on the pitch, but he was still there in a very pivotal position as well, a key position. He remained on the pitch. And I thought, right, okay. But the sub come on, Snodgrass for Masuaku, and I thought, what sub is this? Now, I almost looked a bit silly because Snodgrass then set up a goal immediately, but it still doesn't make sense. I thought, what on earth is going on here? Honestly, I got reminders tonight why I was not keen on David Moyes in his first tenure here. I very got smacked with, this is why you were not keen on David Moyes. Iron Bew Pubes was taking far too long to change the game, and it didn't cost us it, but it certainly didn't help us going there. But now, the man, Mr. Mark Noble, he was...
I'd noticed after 10 minutes that he'd given the ball away 3 times. So I started to count. You know, I'm like, he sat next to me during games. I get a beer mid-ball now, I start counting stuff, don't I? I gave up. I gave up after he gave the ball away for the 13th time and ran into somebody. It was an atrocious performance. There is little point in him playing as he did against Bournemouth if he's going to go and turn in one like that on his next game. I will... Look, Mark Noble's done an awful lot for this club. I'm not writing his obituary. That's not. But what I do expect is the manager to notice what's going on there. And I'm on the forum. I'm always on the match thread during the game. I'm commenting and having a chat with everyone on the forum. That's where I watch and comment on the game, right? And everyone's obviously got their different opinions. And I wrote on there at half time. Wouldn't be surprised to see Fornals on in central midfield. And Noble off when they come out for the second half. That's what I expected to happen. If it didn't happen, I thought, well, that's all right. If it doesn't, he's got in there. He'll have got in his ear, David Moyes. He'll have got in his ear, and we will see a much improved Mark Noble. Having been read the riot act, given the old hairdryer treatment, like Rice said that he got off David Moyes. No. It was terrible. Honestly, he could not pass. He could not control. He just could not impact or affect the game at all, and because of it, we almost looked like we were playing with one man in midfield at points during that seconds. That second half. Was really, really, really bad. Yeah, we are in desperate need of a central midfielder. We have been for a while, since even before Pellegrini came in. We need a central midfielder, and what's happened with what Rice did in the lead up to that goal that should have been allowed. David Moyes' interviews on now. It's on mute. I tell you what, he looks about as happy as the Queen at the moment after she heard about Harry and Meghan. He is not a happy boy. I can tell you that. But what I was going to say was what Rice did was nothing short, I thought, of miraculous. Gareth Southgate's watching from the stands, and I thought, that run, that was really good midfield play, not just defensive midfield play. He played really well then. Again, that might in some way paper over the cracks, but that was not a functioning midfield today.
Individual performers, take your pick, select a few.
Zabaleta looked lost and not in that position. Not quite good enough to impact the game from an attacking sense. Sort of just struggling for legs. Looks like an old man on the pitch, doesn't he? Bless him. Well, Balbuena was playing really well. I thought I count. There was me counting again. 3 really good blocks, 2 great interceptions. Was absolutely excellent. Thought Rice played well, actually. To be fair, he started quite slow, but then he grew into the game. Couple of really good tackles, and then obviously the obvious thing in the end. Lanzini, poor corners. But I thought he was drawing fouls, as you say. He wasn't terrible, and then he got better as the game grew on. Masuaku was frustrating. He looked suited to that position, but his decision making's poor. You know, he's actually got some close control and a bit of pace, but just for making the right decision at the right times could have really helped us out. You're absolutely right about what you say about Anderson and Haller. I did think they were trying to make something happen. I thought Haller was holding the ball up really well and bringing Anderson into play as much as he could. And but having said that, I thought we complete up until Snodgrass came on. Once the goal went in, I thought Haller lost interest completely. Just almost didn't want to be out there. Anderson, 2 best passes of the game. Nutmegging people, just trying to make things happen. I think he likes the new formation. And the one thing we've not discussed, of course, Geo, is the terrible news about Fabianski.
Yeah, we'll leave that for a second. I thought everyone played. I say everyone, apart from Noble and Zabaleta, I thought everyone played okay. I don't think there was any real bad performers except Noble. He was just awful tonight. Zabaleta he's just not capable. I just thought the first half especially, we didn't have a right hand side. Too often Anderson got the ball and looked up and thought, I'll turn around and go to the other side a little bit, and it sort of really did not help us whatsoever. And at one point we did get the ball to Zabaleta, but he was so slow. It was like watching a tortoise run onto it. He had all this room to run into, and he ran into it eventually. But like Masuaku, the crosses were that bad. The Romans wouldn't even use it to stick Jesus on. It just wasn't good enough from our wide positions. We did well to get the ball out wide, but the problem was getting the ball from the wide positions into the box. You know, you could see Haller throwing his arms in the air a couple of times. And sometimes I don't like that attitude sometimes, but I could quite understand it tonight when he's watching those players get into a position, he's moving, and the ball just gets blocked by the first defender. I can quite understand why you would get really frustrated with this. I thought Anderson looked good. I thought Haller looked busy. I thought Rice had too much to do, but he still coped and still did quite well. I thought the centre-backs, I include Creswell in this, I thought they did fine. It wasn't for Martin's stupid pass, I would say. He had a good game, but he did a stupid pass, so he didn't have a good game. It's just frustrating tonight because I felt we were not far off getting a point. A little bit of luck, or should I say no VAR, we would have got a point. I would have been delighted with a point. I'm not angry, I'm frustrated with the manager tonight, actually, Gonzo. I thought the players did okay, bar 1 or 2, but the problem is the 1 or 2 players could have been taken off, but they weren't. The manager left them on, and that's where you've got to look at the manager and say, sorry mate, that's you're doing there. You had an opportunity to get Noble off and get Frontals on there, and you didn't take it. You left him on. Strange one. But yeah, we lost Fabianski. We'll talk about that in a cup of tea, because we'll do a cup of tea before the next game. So we'll talk about it there. Last question then. Hammer of the match.
I'm sort of caught between Balbuena and Anderson, really, for obviously different reasons. But I thought they both come away with credit today, and I thought it's a shame that goal went down the way it went, because a clean sheet is just Balbuena's all day long. That being said, we didn't score either, did we? But I certainly thought any chance, well, not any chance, but it felt like at the time when it looked like Anderson was injured, I thought, that's it then, because he's the one carrying the ball to the opposition. So I'd be interested to see what happens there. We'll await the news with interest when he has the scan or whatever. Or, maybe it's not a scan, maybe he just needs someone to rub his back, and I don't know, a bit of
It's a good point about Anderson, because he just stood still for the last 5 minutes of the game away. He couldn't move. He literally could not move. So that's a good point.
Default flat of his back, straight bang on the.
You could see his face. You could see his face. He was just like when he landed, his face was normal as if another foul. But then when he landed, you could see his mouth open as I say, I've just got like sudden pain and stuff. It's Felipe Anderson for me, actually. I thought Balbuena was really good, but I think Anderson's just this new role suits him. I like him. He was drifting from left to right, back to front and stuff, and I thought he was really, really good tonight, actually. So Felipe for me. Now, if you are patron of Hammers Chat, if you've joined up to our Patreon, we have a video going up tomorrow morning, which is our player ratings from tonight's game, from all the players that played tonight. We're away to record it straight after this, and it'll go up tomorrow morning. If you aren't a patron and you're interested, what are you talking about? The link is below for all. It'll give you all the details about the tiers and stuff. We launched it on Monday night. Thank you very much to those who've joined up, and those who've joined up, we will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. Please leave your comments below what you thought of the result, the performance, and the performance of individual players as well. Subscribe if you're around here. And we'll see some of you tomorrow morning. If not, we'll see some of you during the weekend. Catch you in a bit.